What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about how to customize your race car on iRacing. Stick around. So today we're going to take a look at iRacing's new paint editor. They made some changes from the past. We're going to go over those new features as well as go over trading paints. iRacing did some good things and added some good features, but trading paints is and always will be, from what I see, a superior product to get the customization you're looking for. But they did add some good features. So if you're not already aware, you're new to iRacing, when you come into your iRacing uh, user screen, if you come over to My Content, here are all of the cars that you own. And by clicking on Paint My Cars, you can now edit those cars. So iRacing has always had a very, very simple paint editor. It's not very in-depth, but they've made some good changes. The first one being a 3D viewer. So this is really good, especially in conjunction with trading paints. You'll see here shortly, is it will actually import in our trading paints paint job, so that we can rotate it around, see it in 360 degrees, and really zoom in and tweak our customization items. Sometimes it's hard. You'll get something that's, maybe something like this that's overlaying an exhaust pipe that you want moved. Traditionally, you would have to go into replay mode or go into custom views in iRacing in a live session and kind of look at your car. So now you can do that here. So that's a really good improvement. So I applaud them for that. But overall, the actual paint features are still pretty limited. So coming down here, much like you'll see in trading paints, you basically have a bunch of stock paint jobs that you can pick from. And then from here, you can come and change those colors. So typically what I do is I'll come in here and make trading paints or iRacing editor rather match my base paint job. So this is the base paint job that I run in trading paints, so that if for some reason trading paints does quit out on me or something weird, my car still roughly looks the same. It's just not my sponsors and logos. Over here, you can change your decal sets. You can change your sponsors, but the list is pretty small. It's gotten bigger over the years with iRacing, but overall, it's brands and logos that are intertwined and partnered with iRacing. So that's all you're going to get. Um, but the biggest thing to know is no matter if you're using trading paints or not, if you want to customize your number or your wheels, this is the place you have to come do it. So here you can pick from many different fonts for your numbers. You can change the slant direction and the back shadowing of the text. Here are your colors, and then you can actually set a preferred car number. So this really only takes place in private sessions, league races, and practices. You'll get the number that you want on your car, and then of course in race you're still going to be assigned the default iRacing number. And then here you can come down and change the type of material for your wheel and change the color. So no matter what you do in trading paints, these have to be customized here. Once again, another thing you can do in here, which you can do in trading paints as well, a little more in depth. But if you want simple stuff, you can come in here and edit your helmet. So once again, you can pick from a lot of base schemes uh, and change your colors. Same for your suit. So here you can see, it looks like it changed for some reason, but you can see our suit um, with our custom logos on it from Trading Paints. But you can come in here and pick your suit designs. Once again, change your colors. And then as well, now they've added a customized driver, which I'm not sure what really matters. You never see this driver. But you can change your faces and change your stance of how you're holding it. I'm not sure where this is really going to be implemented, as I'm not sure where this ever really shows up. But it's something they've added, so maybe it's something that's coming in the future. So like I said, we will jump back to iRacing Editor once we get our Trading Paints car done, just so that we can view it in 3D, as well as adjust our numbers and wheels if we want to, and go over that. But from there, that's really all there is to the iRacing built-in paint editor. So let's jump over to Trading Paints and talk a little bit about it. So if you're not familiar with Trading Paints is a online service. It is free for the basic membership that allows you to customize and paint and upload whatever colors, cars, logos that you want. So with the free membership, what you're going to get is basically access to what they call the showroom. You can come to the showroom and look up every single vehicle that is within iRacing, legacy and current, and search paint jobs that other people have created and put out there for your use. So there's a search bar. You can come up here and search. If you're looking for STP or Goodwrench or something, but you can look through here. There's different sort features, trending, new, different users. You can follow people that you like. Some people are, average Joes like me who do it, and other people there's professional logo guys out here that are making custom stuff. So, but if you see one you want, really, it's just as easy as clicking on it and you hit race this paint. Once you do that and launch the trading paint program in the background, that's it. You're going to see this car now in your race. Once again, then you just go to iRacing. If you want his same number, this number isn't going to come with this paint job. This number has to be adjusted in the iRacing editor, same as with the wheels. But you are going to get everything you see here on the paint job. As far as running trading paints, it's literally just as easy as launching the application, and this window needs to run in the background. There's not much else to do with it. This is the entire program right here. It's pretty simplistic. Launch it, run it, forget about it. So the step further is Trading Paints Pro. Trading Paints Pro unlocks what you see here, basically a built-in paint editor for a layman's like me. I'm not a Photoshop user. I, I don't know how to do it, don't know where to start. I do use GIMP, which is a free program to do some basic editing on logos, but beyond that, I can't download this template and make my own custom car. So that's where Trading Paints comes in. They're basically doing that for you. So it's about $12, I believe, a year, so it's relatively cheap. And then you have the ability to custom paint whatever you want. So we go to our built-in custom paint builder. You can see all the paint jobs I've done. Simply click new. We're going to select whatever vehicle we want. Let's go to, they just made a new super late model body. So let's go to super late model. And this is what the paint editor looks like. So it's very like Microsoft Paintish. It's very simplistic to use. There are no advanced features. So we'll kind of walk through what features it does offer and how to use it. So starting with trading paints, the first thing we want to look at is coming down here to the bottom left and look at your masks. So of course we want the car mask on, otherwise we can't see anything. Typically you're going to want the wireframe on so that you can see details like this. So you can see where the shape changes on the body to the fender. So if you're trying to fit your logo here on the flattest, roundest part of the fender, or you're trying to miss an exhaust port, which is shown there, things like that, that's what you're going to look for. If you don't know where your traditional sponsors go, you can turn on sponsor blocks, but inside Trading Paints, you're free to put whatever wherever you want. So these are kind of irrelevant, but these are the classic locations for sponsors. Um, Number blocks I've seen on this paint job, for some reason there's a bug, it's not showing the number block, but typically this will show where iRacing's number block will go so that you don't put your sponsor over top of it. Um, it works on every other model, but this one they must have a bug in there somewhere. And then you can turn on a grid, which doesn't really help on here in my opinion. So these are the ones I normally run. And then from there, with most cars, the first place you're going to want to start is with your car parts. You can toggle things on and off to see what they are. So for instance, your default decal stamps, and here you can kind of see when I hover, you'll see different things pop up. It's showing you what are on those layers. So for instance, here it's just showing you your grill tape, your window tape, decals. This is your car decal. So, and for this model in particular, they're actually giving you multiple car brands you can use. So we can use decal 1, decal 2. So these are different manufacturers, typical Ford, Chevy, um, and you're only going to want to run one at a time, of course. Whichever one you have active is what you will see. So this looks like a Ford, maybe. We'll go ahead and run it. Looks like there's up to 5 of them. Contingency sponsors, you can turn these on or off. Let's go ahead and turn them off. Tape color. So a lot of this stuff will just be represented by a colored box. So we'll flash it on and off. So here you can see in the top right, tape color is blue. So you can double click on any of these and change the tape color. Let's just change tape color to black. And I think you achieve that by turning it off. Pit box colors. Let's turn pit box colors do bright green. Cockpit, we're going to do black. So I think, once again, if you want, you set the color and then turn it off. As you'll see down here, the blue, we're going to turn the blue off. Oops, right there. And then the black will show through. And then same for roll bars. Let's do our custom green roll bars. Okay, then you can see that color actually changed. The biggest thing you're always going to want to remember on paint jobs is if you come up here to insert and go to base paint, this is where you're going to find your base layers. So this gives you your base paint of what your design is going to be. So I typically like, for my logos, green on the hood and black towards the back of the car. So we'll pick something like this. It gives me a different, so these colors are going to be what you can change. So green, if you change green, all these green sections change the same color. So we'll have green on the hood, black on the body. So we'll just select it, and then you come down to base paint and you can change your colors. So if you double click on these, that's the blue stripe. We're going to change that to our custom orange. Uh, Base layer 2 is the green. We're going to change that to our custom green. And then base 1 is we're going to change that to black. And as far as colors goes, if you have a custom color like I do, you can come in here and type that color code. Or you can go through basic colors and adjust them, saved colors, which are my customs, or advanced and use sliders. Um, and then just hit update, and now that's what you're going to see. So here is our base paint. So that's where you saw earlier. This is the base paint basically that I had selected in iRacing 2 so that they match. Here you're just getting a little more detail. The iRacing paint did not have the orange inlaid stripes, so this is just a little bit more detailed. From here, now you're ready to customize the car. And that's what you do through typically logos and text. Now here you can do literally anything that you want. There are some basic stuff that's almost the same as what is in iRacing, but really here it's meant for custom. You can add text as well, but the biggest thing is my logos. So here you're going to see everything that I've used in the past that I have uploaded. Random brands. The easiest thing to do is literally go to Google, type in a brand that you want, and type .png. So if you want to make a still chainsaw car, literally type still logo .png. PNG is important because you want transparent pictures. So here is a good difference of PNG versus regular. So this, you don't want this because now you have a white square. If you were doing a white car, you could get away with this, but it's still not preferred. So a PNG typically is this. Now it's transparent, so no matter where we put this logo, it looks good on any color. There are other ways to achieve this. If for some reason this is the only logo you can find, I use a program like GIMP, G-I-M-P. It's a free photo editor, kind of like a dumbed down version of Photoshop, where you can actually remove this background. But typically, any major brand out there, if you're trying to copycat a restaurant, a brand, a beverage, a company, whatever, they're going to have their logos out there online available in a transparent PNG. So the other secret is try to find logos that are as big as possible when you import them. Typically 1,000 units by 1,200 by 1,000 or something like that. They're going to come in here and be like this big when you upload them. But that way, when you shrink them down, they look better under resolution. They look really nice and clear. Or vice versa. If you upload a logo that is small, let's say 75 by 250 units, when I scale it up to be a hood logo, it's going to look very grainy and very pixelated. So in general, you want to find the biggest logos you can. I'm just going to delete these, get them out of our way. Click on them, hit delete. You can add and remove things. So let's go to our custom logos. Literally, if you need to add something, once you save it to your computer, you go to upload logo and go find it where it's at on your computer, and then it'll put it into your recently used list. So we click on the logo we want. Once again, it's way bigger than what we need it. That way when we shrink it down, it's the right size. Here you can right click on items, rotate them in standard units, or we can double click and change the width and height in pixel units, as well as the rotation or actual XYZ placement if you want to be that detailed. Typically, I just rotate things 90 and 180 to get them where I want them. Drag and drop to the right size. And that is it. And then you can use your body lines to center it up or put it where you want it to be. So that one's done. So from here, you just keep adding logos. And then once you get one set, so instance here, our page name, you can duplicate it once you get it to the size you want, and then we'll rotate it 180, and then you get the exact same size logo on the other side. The only thing you got to remember, it depends on how picky you want to be, there's a gas cap over here. You're going to lose some of your text, or you could shrink it down. I just run the same size, and knowing that I'm going to lose a little piece of that, just like the real cars do, it's fine. You can run some secondary logos. Once again, very large. That way when we shrink them down, they look good. We can go here, change the angle. Oh, wrong way. Let's do like that. And so from here, we're just going to keep adding logos until we have the car set up the way we want it. Uh, it's pretty easy. Um, from here, this is the best thing about trading paints is getting your custom logos that you otherwise wouldn't find and getting them on here. The only thing that trading paints is lacking is base paints. If you can't find a base paint that you like, this is where you're going to be unhappy because this is all you get. You can't really custom design yours unless you're going to pull this pattern on offline. You can download the TGA, which is basically this template file, and you can put it in a GIMP, a Photoshop, or another program, and you can customize it until your heart's content if you are a Photoshop editor, and then you can re-upload that pattern to Trading Paints, and you'll see that in game. I don't have that knowledge, so Trading Paints is where I stick to, and it has worked fabulously for me, as long as you can live within the constraints of it. So once we have all of our decals in place, everything we want, like we like it, you can come up here and give it a custom name so you can find it later, and you can click Race this paint through here, or typically I just come over here and hit Race. Once you hit Race, you're going to confirm it, and now this should be what we see in Trading Paints. So this is what other people are going to see on the track, and this is what we're going to see in the iRacing editor. So we'll jump back over there in a second. So once again, get creative. You can use your own brands, your YouTube channels. Have fun with it. Or you can do fun brands that you think will look cool on track or that you like. So it's all up to you. That's the fun part about it. So now that when we come back into the iRacing editor and we've uploaded our paint, now you can see we have our custom paint job in here. So, and then here's where you can examine it. So for instance, right here, the super late model has a really steep fender. Looks like we nailed it on this side right there, but we missed it here. So now you can go back into your paint job and Trading Paints and just tweak this logo down a little bit to get that perfect. Same thing for everything else. You can kind of look. Sometimes you'll miss and hit the bottom of a body edge, or some things won't show through. On some cars, there might be a license plate or a camera or something here that comes over your logo no matter what, and you're just going to have to figure out a different place that you want it. But from here, it's really cool. And then, like I said, here you can come down to your number and adjust your number to match your paint job style, or change your wheels. So if you wanted chrome wheels, we can go to chrome and change the color of chrome to the right pitch and color you want, or if you wanted brushed steel in a gray. So whatever look you're going for, you can customize it here. Change your favorite number, whatever your car number is, and go from there. Once you're done, hit Save Car Design, and then that's what you're going to see. Same for Design Your Helmet. Um, because this is such a simple item, I don't use Trading Paints to design my helmet. You could put sponsors and stuff on here. I just use the in-game editor for helmets, so there's my simple helmet. For the suit, I do use Trading Paints. So once again, you kind of saw it held my logos last time, but now it's pulled in my custom uh, paint job. So that's what my suit's going to look like. This is not only your suit, but this is the pit crew suit. So when you pull into the pits, especially in NASCAR, you're going to see everybody wearing your suit. And then once again, there's your driver. You can change his stuff. So that's pretty much it. Once you get to that point, you're ready to hit the track with your custom paint job. So once again, make sure we click this link and launch Trading Paints, because you're going to want this running in the background or it's not going to work. So as always, guys, if you stuck with me this long, thanks for watching, and we'll see you out on the track.